Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope that you're doing fine. And unfortunately, Mark has gone to the store today because we don't have any food in the fridge. And he also had to go to the gym and lots of snow. And I don't know if you can see where I am. This is actually real, guys. I am in our gazebo and I'm wearing a very warm, you could say, like, and this is from Rubine. It's one of our line from my workplace. Anyways, and so in the gazebo, I have my heat on and it is private. And going forward, we might be using this space. It is so comfy. And I know it might not be the most conventional thing that we do normally, but it is great being here in this space. And like I said, it's private. It's not, you don't have anybody interrupting, walking behind you, all that kind of stuff. And I think I'm going to do that going forward using this space. I love it. I don't know if you can see outside. All of what you're seeing is literal snow. Um, it's real snow. So it's really, really good. Um, So we're glad that you could join us on this wonderful Sunday, and it is really cold outside. And it's not a typical day to be going anywhere like outdoors. If you're in Canada, you will know that it is very cold, so you don't want to be outside at this time, right? And so that's really great that you are able to join us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to share it in the chat. And we will definitely, I see someone say hi. Thank you for joining me today. Who else is online? And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So, yes, so as we were talking the last time, we shared what we were going to be doing this year, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. We are just going to do my motorcycle riding. And by the way, guys, we have about couple more videos of our journey on the road. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but we thought that the last video that we posted was the last leg, and it wasn't actually. It was something else that happened, and I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to spoil the surprise. You'll see the next video coming out the weekend, like some really funny and very strange thing happened to us. And the good thing is we were able to overcome the challenge. That's all I'm going to say. And then after that, we're going to be sharing our next videos, which is the first one will be when I was actually doing my training, my motorcycle training. And that's going to be a situation. It was interesting. um, and I don't want to spoil it as well. Some stuff happened um, on that video, and you're gonna see it when it comes through. So yeah, Mark is he's gone to get some food because we were out of food, and because it snowed, we had to shovel the snow this morning. And also, normally he likes to go to the gym, so he's gone to the gym, and then he's also gone to get some food. So if he's able to come back within a good time, then he'll join us. But if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. I know it's not conventional for us to be able to, do this on live, on YouTube Live, but it's great that we're able to do this now. So let me know who is the other person online. Let me know who you are so we can chat. And if you have any questions, let me know. I think the last session we didn't identify that person who was from the UK. That was so nice to have you with us. That was great to see you there, and we didn't acknowledge you. forgive us because, as I said, it was our first time doing this, so we didn't really know what we're doing. Not much, anyways, especially with the chat going through. So we were kind of, not paying attention to all the information in the chat. And we also saw someone who was Jamaican. Thank you so much for joining us. We also saw someone who was from Mexico, and that was great. We also had someone on there that was kind of rude. And that person, well, Mark kind of, he just deleted the person or you just block them. So it's okay. One of the things we try not to do, we try not to um, get all carried away, especially when there's some people who might be a little bit rude or a little bit, how do you say, not cordial in conversing, especially online. We don't necessarily, get affected or offended by these kind of things. We just carry on with what we're doing because, if that was the case, I mean, we're mature. We're mature. So if that was the case, we would be a little bit more less willing to even share our story online. So that would be something that we already are aware of. And even if people are rude to us or might share things that are not necessarily the most ideal thing that you want to hear, we don't really respond to that. And I know on the last live video when we were having the conversation, there was one person who was saying that ignore that person who was being rude, but that was okay too. So as you notice, we didn't really address it. At the end of the video, we were talking about it a little bit. We said, that person was being rude. But like I said, we were not aware at first. And it's interesting. Sometimes it's good when you don't even see the things that could be, causing us issues or things that could be detrimental or things that could be problematic. It's good that you don't really notice it. If you don't notice people who are being rude and stuff like that, it makes your day better. So you don't have to pay attention to people who are rude or people who are, um, carrying on a certain way, and you don't allow people to disturb your space, basically. So yes. So we're not going to be long. If Mark comes, then we'll be able to continue this conversation. I didn't want to disappoint you guys because, like I said, because there's a lot going on today, and especially because it's snowing outside, and especially also, given that we have a lot going on in terms of having to go to the grocery store, then going to the gym, all that kind of stuff. So it's a little bit, overwhelming today. Sometimes you don't plan for that. And, even though, yes, we did say that we wanted to chat with you, check in with you at 11 a.m. this morning. But given that, the snow came down, we had to shovel, and then, we had to get some food. And then we had to, well, just get some stuff done before we start our day. And we actually woke up late this morning too, so that's another thing. We stayed up late last night. Last night we were watching this movie, which was very, very interesting. I found it very strange. Uh, the name of the movie, I think it was Hateful People, something like that. I don't remember what the name of the movie is. Let me see. But it was interesting. It was like a more of a depiction of what happened in the past, and I think Samuel Jackson was in the movie. Yeah, The Hateful Eight. That was the name of the movie. So if you want a movie, if you want to see a movie that is, I don't know, it started slow. I don't remember the way in which people describe those movies. So those movie that starts in the middle, and then when the movie starts in the middle, then you don't even know where the movie's going, and then you're wondering what's happening in the movie, and then after, when the movie continues, then you realize, oh, this is what happened. Like, you're confused, you don't even know what's going on, and then they go retro, and then they go start from the beginning in the middle of the movie, and then you kind of figure out, oh, that's what the movie is. So this was Hateful Eight, and it was very colorful, in terms of some of the the comments and descriptions and stuff. And Samuel Jackson is very good. Who else was in the movie? Let's see. Samuel Jackson was, I guess you could say, that was the main character. And we had Jennifer Jason. She was very good. Kurt Russell, Tim Roth, Walton Goggins. Oh my gosh, Walton Goggins. He reminds me of Chris Rock. He's funny. And Channing uh, Tatum. He only had a small section in the movie. Michael Madsen and Damian Bitcher. So if you want something to watch, that would be, and if you don't mind going back in time, then that would be probably something you could try. Anyways, guys, so that's all for today. I'm not gonna stay long because it's kind of cold where I am. I just wanted to get a different environment to see how it feels, and definitely it's cold. So I will shut down for now, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful morning. And if Mark and I are able to connect again later on in the day, we'll do that. So this is just to not have people waiting, and also for people not to be discouraged that we say we're going to meet at 11 and then we disappoint. We didn't want to disappoint, so that's the reason why I came on. But later we will see. It depends on what the weather does. Like I said, it's very cold. I don't know if you can see in the background, that's real snow. I'm actually in the backyard in the gazebo, but there's a heater on. So, and yeah, we're just trying something different. So when Mark comes back, we will try to see if we can join together online. But right now, because of the weather, because we need to get some stuff before the weather comes down, like a lot of snow and stuff, so we couldn't really continue with our regular schedule. So let's do this. If we can do this later, we will join you. Okay, so as we always say, let's keep it real. And I don't really see a lot of people coming on. I see a couple of people on and off, but that's okay. I know we said both of us would come on, so um, I see someone else joining. You want to say hi if you can? If not, we're just gonna shut down. All right, guys. We will check in with you later. Like I said, hopefully, if Mark comes in and we're able to do this, if he's not tired, especially shoveling the snow and getting the groceries and stuff, I get to be a princess today. I just get to relax and do nothing almost. All right, guys. So have a wonderful morning and enjoy whatever time you have with your family. Again, Happy New Year to all who have not joined us last week. We did say Happy New Year last week, but we're just saying it again today. And on behalf of Mark and I'm just going to say, uh, let's keep it real, and we'll check in later if we can. All right. Thank you so much for joining me.